I'm Brooklyn,
And I'm Anthony,
and you're listening to Graham's Porch Podcast. Our podcast will cover various topics, ranging from celebrity news, movies, music, family, and anything in between. No topic is off limits.
So grab a drink, pull up a chair, and join us on the porch.
What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Graham's Porch Podcast. We are your hosts, Brooklyn,
And Anthony?
and we have a special guest joining us.
The new Mrs. Martinez.
The new Mrs. Martinez, that's Anthony's wife, Lex. She's back on the pod. She's officially a Martinez, as my niece would say. Man, we haven't.
Feel?
Yeah, how does marriage feel?
Low key, I feel like we signed a piece of paper and entered one of the biggest chapters of our life, but it was the scariest and it was one of the hardest. I'm not gonna lie. You think that you're gonna get married and everything's gonna be
peaches and creams.
And oh my god, we're married, everything changes. Everything changed, but everything got harder. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but I've talked to other newly married couples and they said the exact same thing, because you're no longer in this what if stage with someone. You married them and you are with them. No matter how bad they make you mad,
the government is involved in your life now.
Yeah, and so I think I'm not gonna lie, it was never bad enough where we were we're done, but we definitely hit some spots where we were is this really what we want? Can we really do this? Mm-hmm. And it took a lot of breaking down ourselves as individuals to be able to come together as a team. And I think we've definitely hit those trials and tribulations, but we are definitely on the flip side now. We are almost 6 months in and we survived. We made it through the riptide.
You guys are back in Denver.
We are back in Denver.
They got married in home. Well, I think we kind of talked about that on the very last episode we recorded.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, they were living in
our own home now.
No one living with them. It's just the four of them.
And then I really think that we were grateful for everything and everyone who helped us get back on our feet. But I think that also had a very big play in just the arguing and things when you're not in your own space. It just had a lot to do with a lot of the weight on our shoulders. Was just we were arguing over the littlest, tiniest things, and since we've gotten into our own place, I think it's really helped us kind of establish our own life again.
Yeah.
So I mean, 2024 did not go the way we thought it was gonna go, but
you're ending it with on a good note, I think.
Yeah, we did a lot of learning. It's just hard to think the last month and a half has been out of 2024. That's the only time we've been in our own home.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? In January, it was we were living out of boxes because we were finishing up packing, and then we were on the road, and then we were with my family, and we never fully unpacked with my family, and then we were on the road again, and we were with your family. I just feel we're finally, how do you say, we're finally setting up.
Mm-hmm.
We're finally planting our feet. We're finally finding our daily routine and our day-to-day mojo, and we're doing a lot better, I'd say. We're doing really good, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, to see you guys in your new space. I was telling Anthony, I was this is the first time we've gotten together when you guys were staying with our aunt and stuff, but to get together just us again, it's been 9-10 months since we've done that.
I know, when she said that, I was 2024. What the hell? It's been that long?
Yeah.
Because I think we did one last pod before we moved out of the old apartment.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's been a minute. And it feels like it went so fast, but it also feels like it was so long in between.
Yeah.
But here we are now.
That's weird, yeah.
Yeah, because we were in our routine of okay, Fridays, we're gonna hang out and
it was just the
record. Norm. Yeah, that was just the normal thing to look forward to on Fridays. And then you guys moved away, and then I got into my old grandma era, and I'm still there, but
reading books,
knitting and stuff, popping tums. No, but no, it's cool to see you guys in your little space and you're officially on your own. You don't got.
We're slowly setting up.
Yeah.
We're slowly getting there.
Slowly. I ordered stuff to start decorating, making the house feel like a home finally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been nice. Like it's exciting because we started from the ground. Like
Yeah.
when we were moving out of state, we pretty much threw and donated everything because we were just at that point of we wanted to start over. We wanted it to be us.
Yeah, we got rid of everything, like with the mentality of we're gonna start fresh. Like,
and we did. So like
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie, the first month we lived here, our mattress was on the floor because we had nowhere to put it.
Yeah.
We didn't have a bed frame, and it was like we had the ability to get the mattress, but we didn't have the ability to get the frame with it. So we popped that crap on the floor with the bed, what is that, a mattress cover on it, and we called it a day. And then we saved up some money and we ordered a bed frame. And then same with our TV. Our TV was on the floor, and then we had it on storage buckets, and we saved up money and we found a kick-ass deal at Walmart.
Bro,
and now
shit was crazy.
It was great. It was meant to be. I have the mentality. That's my biggest thing is like, if it's meant to be, it'll be. So I don't sweat over things. Like if it doesn't happen, it just wasn't meant to be. And we went to Walmart and I was like, all right, I got $100 in my purse. I was like, if we find something that we absolutely love and it's under $100, we'll get it. And we found one that we were like, and it was like $70, and we were like, screw it, it's under $100. It'll fit the TV, but it was just barely gonna fit the TV.
Yeah.
And then we were walking, and you saw it, didn't you? And you were like, what is that one? And I pulled it out and I scanned it, and it fit our TV, and it was like on clearance for like $32.
Way nicer than the one that we found.
Yeah. And then so we got up there, and even the cashier was like, what, is that right? And then as soon as we left, I scanned it again and they had corrected it, and it was back up to what, $274.
Jeez.
Yeah, I was like, how we managed to get that? Like, and that was just my mentality, is it was meant to be, because we didn't even find it in the furniture. It was like stashed somewhere else.
Yeah, I said these kids are about to break this TV, so I'll just make it happen for them so they could go and.
Yeah, so it's been nice. Like we've just slowly been picking out what we want our house to look like, and like our bathroom, we still have a dollar store clear cling on our shower, so when you shower it sticks to your butt cheeks.
Oh, I hate that.
But we haven't had bathroom budget yet. When bathroom budget comes around, we'll get the bougie stuff. But
first of the year,
tax season, baby. We don't got a wedding to
but
pay
at least
for
you
this year.
You ended the year so you could like have your first Christmas as like a newlywed couple, and then like in your first home together. And
honestly, that's like also the big reason I haven't been like splurging on stuff, is I know all of our parents and stuff have been like, oh, well, we're gonna need to know what to get you for Christmas. Like my mom especially, she's like, don't be buying everything you want. Like I'm gonna need ideas. And I'm very big on, if you want to get me a bucket of Tide Pods for Christmas, hell yeah. Like
save me some money.
Yeah, I'm like, you want to get the kids a case of diapers instead of a birthday present? Say less. Like
they be going through it like crazy.
And that was something, like, not to get to the next topic, but we were just talking about that. And my biggest thing was for like Christmas, I said this year we're doing like a practical Christmas.
Yeah.
And I was like, last year the kids got so many toys, which I'm beyond grateful. Like I don't mean to sound ungrateful in any way. Like our kids were so blessed and spoiled last year. We have 3 boxes that are full of brand new toys that have not even came out of the package. And it's like every couple of days the kids get a new toy. Every couple of days we open something for them. So it's not a matter of we're not opening them. It's just we have so many toys, and we're like doing donation drop-offs. We're doing like handing them off to friends.
Throw it away,
or whoever
put it in a donation bag. I have a coworker whose son is like 6 months behind Ezzy, so anytime we're like, okay, we don't really need it no more, it goes to him, you know. And so it's just like this year, it's like, I'm not saying we're ungrateful, and I'm not trying to be ungrateful, because I know Christmas is get the kids the toys, but like the kids don't need the toys. What the kids need is practical things.
Some new clothes,
like
shoes,
bedroom sets, clothes, shoes, like just practical things. And so we were talking about it the other day, and I was like, I think that's gonna be like my goal for this Christmas, is just a practical Christmas. Not I bought you this because I didn't know what else to buy you, or like I felt like you needed more gifts under the tree, you know. Like no, like if we need it, that's what we're gonna get. And I've been like spreading the little bug to the grandparents' ears, like, don't be overbuying all the toys, because we don't need toys. Like we have an entire toy box in our truck that has not been unloaded. We have an entire toy box in our storage that has not been unloaded. The kids have a toy box in their room stuffed full of toys.
They
And
got
we've
a
got
whole toy
boxes.
box of fucking dinosaurs.
Yeah, like we have so many toys, and I'm not being ungrateful. Like we're so blessed,
Mhm.
but we're blessed to the point that our entire apartment, if you laid her toys out, they would probably cover the entire floor, a couple layers.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy.
There's
Like, there's already
squishmallows
toys
and
everywhere right now. And
Yeah,
it's
we
not
just
even...
cleaned, and there's toys everywhere you look.
that's
You
the
can
life
spot a
of
toy.
toddlers.
It really is, and it's a blessing. I'm not complaining whatsoever. It's just my biggest thing right now is like our kids are ready for like what is that, like gymnastics and tumbling. So I'm like, let's do stuff like that, you know, like buy them a week
Educational
of tumbling.
toys.
It's $150 in lieu of Christmas. Get them a week of tumbling. Like it's just little
Mhm.
things like that. Like get us out of the house, get us to go do things, not just sitting in the room. Not and like my mom had brought up like, oh well, I think Eliana needs an iPad. No, she don't. That girl does
She's
not
not
need
gonna
an
be an
iPad.
iPad kid.
I said she's not. I was like, she gets enough screen time. She does not need that at her beck and calling in her hands, you know. And I was like, there's so many other things she could be doing. You could get her a kindergarten practice book. You firsthand know that girl loves her kindergarten class.
Yes.
2.5-year-old.
That's what I was thinking already
for
Christmas. I'm like, I want to start because I obviously watch them. I've talked about that in the last episode too. That I'm Nanny McPhee over here, but like
That's
to
Nanny
like
McBee.
yeah, I'm Nanny McBee.
Oh,
I know.
I'm gonna get Brooke some uniform shirts.
yeah. But like to do like educational stuff. Like I want them to be learning and like yeah, they have TV time at my house, but like I don't just throw on random shit. Like it's
no
Miss-
Coco Felons.
Oh hell no, absolutely not.
Yeah.
I had to watch today on Fridays they get their little way a little bit more. Like they get pizza Fridays. I try to like, you know, give them pizza on Fridays.
I love Pizza Fridays.
But I had to watch 3 hours of fucking Halloween baby shark stuff and by the end of the day I was like, "Oh my god, I'm sick of this."
She's like, baby shark, die, 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 die.
Yeah, for real. But Eliana was like, "I want Halloween." So today was a Halloween day.
Yeah.
She watched Hocus Pocus 2 and 3 hours of Baby Shark Halloween and
I'll go to pick him up and she's like, Mom, I did my kindergarten class today.
yeah.
There's some kindergarten show that she likes to watch now.
Yeah, it's on Disney Plus. It's like called Kindergarten the Musical. Sponsor us. For real. Sponsor me, Disney Plus.
I don't think they sponsor anybody.
Probably not.
Well, has anyone ever put the bug in their ear?
Sponsor us. Please. Get me out of the
FBI,
hood.
if you're listening, put this on Disney's For You page.
But yeah, like I just want them to be learning
And honestly, whoa. When you listen and when you talk to our kids, you can see it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Ezzy, we always talk about how advanced Eliana is, but Ezzy's following in her footsteps to a T. And some days I'm even like, whoa, you're like kind of surpassing where sis was at this point, you know? Like now what are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Like he's just
that was a new
thing
language. This week.
Yeah, every week it's like it's not just a word
no more. It's like
a whole
a phrase.
New saying, new phrase that he's learning. And the other day I was like, once you have kids, you learn, even like when you're around kids a lot, you start to talk and sing song. No matter what you're doing, like let's eat breakfast, like you know what I mean? You start making everything into a song. And so they were driving me crazy about something, and I was like trying to calm myself down. So I was like, I like to, and I was gonna like say something else, not the song. And as he walks up and he's like, I want Biana.
Yep.
And I'm just like, I didn't even know you knew that song. Like he just blows me away. And like Eliana too, like she straight up has full conversations with you now. She does. Can give you a comeback. She's not missing words. Like she talks fluently now. We need to work on like the pronunciation of some letters. Like she still leaves some letters out.
Yeah, to her I'm Auntie Frook, and I'm like, but Brooke.
But she could say balloon or bubbles, but
for my name it's
it's certain like combinations
of letters that she struggles with.
Well, for a while I was just Brooke. So like the last 2 weeks, like if she's talking to me, I won't answer her until she says like Auntie Brooke.
Yeah.
Because it was just Brooke, and I'm like, no,
Yeah.
And Ezzy like, mom. And I'm like, no, I'm not your mom.
Yeah.
He even calls me mom, and I'm like, dude, I'm dad.
Yeah. So I'm like, no,
titties.
auntie. And then like he picked up like auntie.
Well, Eliana went through a phase where we were babe.
Oh yeah.
She went, babe. Oh, I'm not your babe. Yeah, you are. No, and then I'd be like, Anthony, and she's all, babe.
Yeah.
And then after babe, she went into calling us by our first name, and it was Anthony, Alexis. No, excuse you. Like,
Yeah.
But at the same time, we talked about like it was almost safer for her to learn our names.
No, yeah,
like,
because imagine a kid gets lost and the cops are like, what's your parents' name?
Dad?
Mom and dad?
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
what's your name? They don't know. No, we've worked with and taught Eliana, like, you ask her, she'll give you her full name. Like, you ask her mom's name, her dad's name. She gets us confused. Sometimes I'm Anthony and he's Alexis, but the point gets across.
She gets the gist.
I'm
Yeah,
pretty
exactly.
Sexy, Alexis.
Shut up. But yeah, she could get the point across for sure. And I think that's something that's really important. Like, it's, if she were to even like at the grocery store wander off on accident, you know what I mean? They'd be able to say like, you know, Alexis, like, we have someone waiting for you, or you know what I mean? So it's just, it's one of those things where it's like she amazes me some days, but other days I'm like, can you like act your age maybe?
Yeah.
It'd be nice to actually have a 2.5-year-old for one day.
Yeah. That's what I say all the time. I'm like, because she's so advanced, sometimes you're like, I forget you're only 2.
Yeah, for sure.
But like this week, it popped up on my Snapchat story, like the memories or whatever, and it was like the very first picture me and Eliana took. And I was like looking at her, and she was like wearing her little footy dinosaur pajamas or whatever. But she's tall, like, for her age. That's why I'm like,
Very.
even if you look at her, you're like, she's not 2. Like,
Yeah.
you think she's older.
You believe in 3 months she'll be 3?
I know.
Let's not go there. I'll cry.
I know. So I was like looking at her, and I was like looking at how little she was in the picture, and I'm like, oh, that makes me sad, like, to see how big you are now. And she like came and she like hugged me. She's like, Auntie Frog, it's okay to be sad. And I got all freaking like teary eyed. I was like, oh my god, this kid, she's so smart.
She is, and I absolutely love that, because I had pretty much a similar situation today with the same thing. But that's one thing that we've always, I don't know if you have, but personally I've always worked with her, like, feel your feelings, girl. You know what I mean? And I've told her that since she was like 2-3 months old, when she was a newborn throwing her little hissy fits. I'd always feel your feelings. Do what you gotta do. You have to feel your feelings, because you're sitting there holding them in. All they're gonna do is boil up. And I'm one to talk because I do not feel my own feelings. But that's one thing. So hearing the fact that it's like one of those things, because it's one thing to teach your child something, but it's another to witness that you taught that child. You know what I mean? Because all day long we could sit here and be like, Eliana, you know, like, you need to understand it's okay to feel the way you're feeling. But to actually hear her say like, it's okay to be sad, like, that just shows you like we're doing something right.
Yeah.
And that it's a team effort. It's not just me. It's not just you. You know what I mean? That's all of us reassuring her, like, you need to be mad, but at the end of the day, you're going to take a breath and you're going to walk away and you're going to be okay.
Yeah. And like, if she gets frustrated, I'll be like, hey, take a deep breath really quick. And then she'll do it. And I'm like, okay, now tell me what you want. And then like she'll kind of like recenter herself to be like, okay, I want this or whatever.
I never understood the whole take a deep breath shit until we started working with her on it. And then like, if I get frustrated, I do it. I'm like, damn, it really does work.
But she's so smart. Has she told you to take a deep breath yet?
Yes.
Yeah, she's so smart. If she realizes you're getting overwhelmed or you're getting frustrated, or I talk very passionately and very loudly sometimes, and that's literally what it is. I'm not talking out of anger. I'm talking very passionately.
Yeah.
And Eliana will think I'm in there like ripping Anthony a new one, and she'll come in and she's like, Mom, calm down. Yeah. You need to calm down. Take a breath, Mom. A big breath. And I'm
a big one.
I'm like, Liana, I'm not mad. She's like, Mom, take a deep breath. And I'm like, okay, thank you. But it is. It's like a pat on the back from the universe, like just showing you that you're doing something right as a parent, as a guardian, as someone helping raise that child.
Yeah.
Like, it's just reassuring to see that we're doing a good job, even if it's just in the smallest way of teaching her that she has to feel her feelings no matter what. Yeah.
Yeah, I was never taught that. I was like,
whatever.
I was crying, like, oh, I'll give you something to cry about, little bitch. And I'm like,
hey,
what?
Yeah, right. You're lying. You're lying.
Maybe not the little bitch part.
Yeah, no, never. Like I say, Dad was never like, oh, boys don't cry or whatever. Like, we've
No,
always
yeah,
been
he
able to
never.
like show our, like, even him, like, recently, because the kids are there every day, and he gets off of work early enough now so that he could see him. Like, him and dad are like freaking best friends now.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as he gets up from like his nap, it's Papa, Papa. Like, he'll try to like walk into his room, like, Papa's at work still, and like that's what he was doing today all day. Papa, I'm like, he's
Yeah.
at work still,
Aw.
and but like to like see him like go in the room and he's just sitting there with dad like watching fucking YouTube videos, and dad just sits there and watches like,
The most random.
yeah, it's like
things.
bush, like
Yeah, he
the
was
bush,
telling me. Where they build like shelters and stuff.
Yeah, in the bush.
wilderness.
And they're just sitting there just like watching those together for hours, or like, dad likes to snack, and Ezzy's a big eater, so he'll be sitting right there with dad
Big
just
bet. So
snacking.
they're the
And
snack boys.
but like even with Eliana too, like,
Dad and Ezzy are gonna be the next Costco guys or whatever the fuck it's called. We bring the boom.
I can't stand you.
but like with Eliana now, she's like that with dad. Like, dad, I don't know, he plays fucking Subway Surfers and some other game on his phone, and she'll like get up on his chair and sit on the arm of it, and like he's teaching her how to play it, and like, oh, you gotta do this, and
Yeah.
or whatever. Or he'll be sitting there like watching TikTok videos, and she'll be scrolling there with him like watching TikToks. Like, it's just cool to see them like develop relationships with like
For sure.
not just me, but like with dad and stuff, because we've all our Jesus Christ, we've obviously like talked
the
about
stutters are in
Yeah.
the group, okay?
like the relationship like that we have with like our other brother and their kids with us, and like with dad, like he doesn't have that relationship with them. So like to see like him be best friends or whatever with like,
to get to be
yeah,
a grandpa.
yeah, to be a grandpa and
Yeah.
to see him on a daily basis and stuff, like I think that's cool too.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, these kids have
He sees them
definitely
more than he
made my
sees.
dad soft for sure.
Yeah.
And well, I told Anthony, I was like, I don't mean this mean, but I feel like he's seen our kids more in the last 2 months than he's probably seen his other grandchildren in their whole life.
Yeah.
He's seen them 70 times in the last 2 months,
Mhm.
every single day.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I don't know. It sucks, but it warms my heart.
Yeah.
Like your dad gets to experience.
Yeah.
That.
Mhm.
And our dad has like a Facebook now.
Yeah.
And he comments on like, on Facebook, like you post like a group of pictures. So like you click on it, it's like 15 pictures, whatever.
Yeah.
Dad will go on there, instead of commenting on like the whole post of pictures,
He'll
go
do it on
each
every
and,
picture.
like, oh, they're so funny, or like,
Look at my
just,
beautiful
like,
baby
yeah.
girl.
Like he just
There's my
Sometimes
boy
he don't
Ed.
read it before he posts it though, so if he's saying some random stuff, and I'm like, I don't think that's what you meant.
Yeah.
Or you could tell he uses the like suggested comments,
Yeah.
and I'm like, you probably didn't mean that, but it came off a little weird.
Yeah.
Like, not weird, but
Yeah.
that probably wasn't what you wanted to say. But it is funny because it'll be like I'll post like 14 pictures and I'll get 32 freaking notifications because your dad goes through and hearts each individual one and comments on each individual one, and then likes the post and comments on the post.
Hey, he's learning.
Oh, I'm
No,
not
I'm just-
complaining.
He's
I think
learning.
It's entertaining.
That's
He's
why
never had
low key,
social media.
yeah. I'm
But
not
he'll
friends
say,
with my
like,
dad
if
on
I
social
post
media.
3 pictures of Eliana, he'll be like, "My beautiful princess. Oh, look at my girl. My beautiful princess." And
Yeah.
okay.
And it's funny to like see him because like dad's just like a certain way with us, but then like with the grandkids, like I never got fucking cuddles and kisses on the head
I
and
know.
stuff, and like, yeah, nothing. Like, yeah, dad showed his love differently to us, but like with his grandkids,
But
like he's
do you remember
way
being
different.
that old?
no,
When
I
you
barely
were cute
remember
and
yesterday.
cuddly, at one point,
I mean, maybe he might have, but not that I recall.
Yeah,
But
not that I recall
But I feel
either.
like everybody loves cute little cuddly babies. It's
Yeah.
when you're like 3-4 years old that you're just turned into an asshole.
yeah, that could be it.
Although grandchildren are different, so I don't see him ever getting over Eliana
No.
because I feel like that's how grandparents are. Is like those are their perfect little angel because when they start being bad, they're sending them home.
Yeah.
Like,
But
they
like,
don't
sorry,
gotta deal
dude,
with
you
them.
can't send him home.
Yeah.
Their mom has to come pick him up.
Sorry, Alexa has 4 hours at work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
I said, but it works.
Oh,
It does.
it works. Oh,
Man, what else has
Party
happened since
foul.
the last time we recorded?
Um,
Oh, like with our family, like we got together, what, like 3 weeks ago for that big family barbecue?
Oh yeah, it was about
that one was like a month ago.
Maybe
maybe a
ago?
month,
Yeah, a
About a
month.
month ago.
about 4 weeks.
I have a shitty memory, but we got together with like our family, like on our mom's side. And it was the first time that we've all gotten together since Grandma passed away. And she's been gone for like, what, four or 5
20
years now?
Since 2018.
6 years.
Yikes. Jesus.
Yeah, actually.
Well, AJ be 6 in November.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
She passed in
Wow.
October.
Yeah.
So 6 years. That was the first time that we've gotten together like that in 6 years. Like we see like individuals here and there. Some will pop up at mom's house and have drinks or whatever. But like to get together like fully like that, then yeah, it's been 6 years.
Yeah.
And that was fucking cool. Like we took a big ass family picture. And it's crazy to see like how much the family has
I never
grown
got to
since
see
then.
any of those pictures.
I have
You
them on
have
my
them?
Instagram.
I'm all, what?
I didn't get to see him.
Yeah, and we took our little family picture after.
Yeah.
I got tore up from the floor up that day. I'll tell you that
Dude,
for
she
free.
was slamming down buzz balls like it was freaking.
I
Like
introduced
it was nothing.
mom and our aunts to buzz balls, and yeah, I slammed that day. But I was getting to like it's cool to see like how much the family has grown, and like Eliana and Azariah, that's the first time that they've met a lot of their cousins,
Yeah.
and to see like how quick they like click together and stuff. That was cool. I enjoyed it.
She had a blast. But the next day after that, Eliana was like, "What was she saying?" She goes, "Those aren't my friends, Mom. They're my cousins. I just love my cousins,
Yeah.
Mom."
Mm.
So then, like a week later, the kids have like a big trundle bed, and Anthony needs to build it. Right now, they're on just like regular metal bed frames.
Mhm.
But Eliana was like, "My dad built my bed so my cousins can come over to my house?" And I was like, "Yeah, tell
I was
him."
like, no, I don't want a bunch of little kids running around in
But
here.
I told her, I was like, when he gets home, you have to tell him. So when he got home, she went running. She's all, "Dad, build my bed." And he's all, "What?"
I'm
She
all-
said, "Build my bed." And he's all, "For what?" And she said, "My cousins come to my house."
How
But
cute.
she was so excited. She talked about her cousins for days after.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah, you got a lot of them now.
Too many, bro.
Yeah. Just to see that picture, and I'm like, oh my god. Like, half of that family is just because of Nana and her kids. God dang it.
I know, dude.
Dang. See,
Bunch
I'm
of
just trying to
Mexicans.
contribute.
Yeah.
Bunch of Mexicans don't know how to keep your legs closed. No, I'm just kidding. I could say that because I'm Mexican.
Very true.
You are now by last name.
You're a Wexican.
Okay, so tell me why. I work in a Mexican restaurant for anyone who doesn't know. So we got a new dishwasher. He's been there for a couple of months now, but his last name's Martinez. So the other day I was clocking out and it came up my name, and my name's changed in the system now. And he looked and he goes, "Ah, prima." And I was like, "What?" And he's all, "Ooh, Martinez." And he walked away, and I was like, he thinks I'm his cousin.
You're all, maybe we are. A couple times removed.
Right?
Many.
But I was like, hey, that's the first time I've been recognized. But yeah, it was an exciting day. Now I get to pull the Mexican card because my first name, my like maiden last name, was the whitest white name you're ever gonna hear.
Yeah, it was.
So it was like no matter where I went.
I've never heard that last name before, and I was like, what?
You probably
fuck?
won't. If
Yeah,
you
no.
Google me on like Facebook or something, you know, there's only one other girl in the United States with the same name as me, and she still has that name. She hasn't gotten married, so.
Ah, what a loser.
No, she's a Martinez.
Yeah, but we were my bloodline is the last of the bloodline. So my brother's son is our name but hyphenated, and so if he drops our name, it'll be game over. We got
Game
no more
over.
bloodline.
Just like right now, your son is the last of the Martinez.
Yeah,
on
but
Dad's
y'all
side.
got Martinez's out the booty.
Yeah.
I'm
Well, I mean,
talking
no.
my last
Uh,
name, you
not
have
a lot of
me.
boys.
Well, not even me. You have my mom, my brother, my niece, and my nephew hyphenated. That's all that's left of my maiden last name. There's no one else of my maiden last name.
Dang.
So look at y'all's family and then look at mine. You can't pity party on that.
Well, no, because like with on Dad's side, it's pretty much he's the only one.
I was the last.
The rest of them are different last names.
Yeah.
I was.
Oh, I
I
didn't
would be
know
the
that.
last
Yeah.
carrier. I would have been the last.
He would.
carrier.
Yeah,
Oh,
Anthony
Mary's
would
a
have.
Garcia.
Mhm.
Oh. I didn't even think about that. Okay, wait. So yeah, I'm sorry. My bad.
Yeah.
We're about at the same point.
Yeah.
But at least Ezzy's gonna carry your name on.
Well, we'll have to see if our older brother he's
Oh,
expecting a
yeah,
baby,
he's
so we'll have to
having
see
another
if
baby.
he's
I forgot.
having a
Oh.
boy or a girl.
I said I forgot.
I did for a second. I'm not gonna lie.
Sorry.
But yeah, as of right now, Ezzy is the last of the Martinez bloodline.
And I didn't know Phil was a Martinez. Like that sounds dumb, but I didn't. I didn't know that his mom didn't give him. I didn't know. I don't know that situation. So
Yeah.
if you're listening, I'm sorry.
We don't even know her, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I wasn't talking about her.
Oh.
Your brother.
Oh yeah, he don't know.
He don't know. I don't know.
Nobody knows.
Anyway, not to be awkward, I didn't know. Okay.
No.
I don't know the guy very well.
Yeah.
Me either.
But honestly, you know us. We're straight shooters over here.
Yep, that's why I have 2 kids. No, I'm just kidding.
Shut up. Now that you brought that up, okay,
Oh,
so no, because like we had the family barbecue or whatever, and then, what was it like the weekend or 2 weekends after that? Like it was our step grandma's birthday and
the
stuff.
weekend
It was the
after.
weekend after. Dude, we've had something happen every single weekend. I'm exhausted.
The holidays are coming up, so be
I
prepared.
know it's not gonna end.
Maybe to like the first. No,
And
because the
then
first
tax
of the
season
year,
comes and I'm gonna have all these DIY projects to start doing.
and then my birthday. So.
And then Brooke's birthday, and then Anthony's birthday, then our wedding anniversary. And you're taking me on a honeymoon.
I was gonna ask where you're taking me.
Wow, you
Because
would.
I'm your sugar mama. But yeah, it's never. Sorry, not to get off
No,
subject,
okay.
but yeah, it's never gonna end. There is no
No.
rest
Mm-mm.
anytime soon. Especially for someone who only gets Sundays off, and that's the day everything gets freaking planned.
Yeah.
So, okay, carry on.
So we were at those things, and I don't know why they only ever bring it up with girls, but like they were like talking to me and like, oh, because like I said, we haven't gone together with family and stuff. So I had people asking me like, so you're not dating or anything like that? I'm like, no. Like, why? Like, you don't want kids? You don't want to be married? Like, why do people ask stupid questions like
First
that?
off, why do you think that's any of your business to be
Yeah.
asking?
Okay, so, like, yeah, people just kept asking, like, so you're not dating? Like, you don't want kids? You don't want to get married? I'm like, no. And they're like, but why? Like, why does it, like, just, I don't know. Do you ever get asked that? Like, before you got married and stuff? Like, how come you don't have kids? Not really.
No. No, actually, I get a lot more opinions now that I do have kids.
Yeah.
A lot more.
Oh,
And I'm just like, no,
you
like,
have more. Blah, 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 blah.
yeah,
You paying my motherfucking bills?
exactly. And so I'm like, no, I'm not dating, and like, why not? I'm like, because I don't want to. And they're like, but why? I'm like, because I don't want to date. Like, I'm fine being like on my own. Like, I don't know. My personality is like,
And at that, that's your choice. Like, you could say you don't want to date today, and then somebody could message you tomorrow, and you could be like, damn, game over.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, there is one person that I would like if they said, would you want to date? Absolutely. I'd drop everything and fucking date this girl. But no, like, I'm content being single and like,
there's nothing wrong.
yeah, like I don't know. I've always been like that. Like, I've always said I'm not that kind of girl that had always dreamed of being married and like being a mom and stuff. Like, that was never on my
Did you
radar.
ever adopt?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Oh,
Brooks always like had
period.
this dream of like adopting a kid, but also like being like a free bird.
Yeah.
Oh, period.
Yeah. Exactly.
I absolutely love that. Well, my kids need cousins, so
Yeah. I don't know.
Let's
ever
move
have
to
a come up.
Canada.
Yeah, if I ever have a come up, I would absolutely.
Would you do IVF? Would you carry your own child?
No. I've never, like, even that, to even, like, be pregnant, I've never had that desire.
Oh, well,
but
fair enough.
the desire to, like, adopt a kid, absolutely, I would. I've always said
like,
that.
I feel like it should be said, like, and that's not just because of your sexuality.
Yeah,
like,
no.
That's common that there's women that are like, I've never had the desire to bear a child. Whereas me, I have always wanted a big family. I'm building my own village.
Yeah. That's just never been, like, a thing for me. I've never dreamed of, like, carrying a baby or getting married. Like, I've always just kind of been good, like, being on my own. That's why, like, mom will say shit, like, because I'm a homebody. I like being at home. No, every now and then I'll pop out and do something. But, like, my comfort place is at home. Like, I get,
bed.
yeah. I have, anxiety when I'm around big crowds, and, like, why would I want to put myself in a position where I'm fucking, like, just, like,
and in
oh
this
my
day and age,
God.
you're
Yeah.
safest sitting in your home
Exactly.
watching a movie on TV, reading your book.
Yeah. So, like, why would I want to put myself through, like, feeling anxious and, like, over the edge and just, like, fucking, I don't know, your blood pressures rise and stuff, like, the whole time you're out, when I could be at home. Like, I just do my own thing. I don't fucking bother no one or whatever. But that's always been brought up to me, like, you stay at home too much. Like, I don't care. That's my comfort zone.
I'd be like, you talk too much.
Exactly. But, like, when we were with our family and stuff, like, to be asked that, like, by a couple of people throughout those 2 weeks of, like, well, why aren't you married? Like, why don't you date? Why don't you want kids? Like, what does that matter?
Come on, why have you been divorced 3 times, Karen?
Exactly.
The fuck?
You got 7 baby daddies.
Yeah. Let's talk about it, honey. You want to talk about skeletons in the closet?
You want to talk about me? Let's talk about you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was just like, I don't know. I just think that's fucking rude. Like, if you heard,
put your
like,
nose where it don't belong.
Yeah. If you just heard, like, because I don't want to. Like, I'm just good being on my own. But then just to keep, like, pushing and pushing, like, bro, I just said.
Yeah.
100%.
Go along. I don't want to.
And that is my cue to leave.
Exactly.
I'm very big on that. I will just very awkwardly and abruptly end the conversation. Be like, yeah, so. And then I'll just walk away.
And it was, like, from someone that's not even, like, directly, like, intertwined in our family anymore.
Ooh, that's even more infuriating.
Can you tell me off air who it is?
Yeah.
The one that I'm thinking that was at the house that night?
Yeah.
Mm.
And she just,
Okay,
like,
fair.
she wouldn't stop.
I 100% could see that, yeah.
She wouldn't stop with that. And I'm just like, because I don't want to be. Like, why not? You're pretty. I'm like, it's not anything with my fucking image or my self-esteem or anything.
Thanks.
Like,
I wasn't asking.
Yeah.
I wasn't questioning.
Yeah, I wasn't questioning that, but because I don't want to.
Yeah, no. And you have every right to that. Like, I don't know. Same with us being married so young. Like, why'd you guys get married? Because we wanted to. Why'd you get married so fast? Because we wanted to.
Yeah.
Like, what is the difference of us getting married fast or planning the wedding for the next 3 years?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And it's things like that where it's just like everybody's gonna have an opinion, but
you really shouldn't.
Some people need to learn the boundaries of the opinion. Mm-hmm. Have your opinion doesn't mean the person always needs to know the opinion. Hear it.
Yeah. Now, if I was asking for your opinion, then go ahead. Yeah.
And it's almost like, why do you need to rain on someone's parade by giving your opinion? Like, you could be sitting here being like, you know what, I'm a boss ass bitch. Like, I don't need nobody. If I want somebody, I could have somebody, but I don't need nobody. And in this moment in my life, I don't want nobody.
Yeah.
But then here comes silly Sally over here all, well, you're lonely, you're this, you're that. Okay,
like, how the fuck do you know me?
Like, why are you sitting here raining on my parade? Like,
and I feel like
do you, I'm gonna do me. You need reassurance from someone? Go get your reassurance, honey.
Yeah. And I feel like it's because, like, I don't know, with, like, our age, like, my age, I'm 31 years old, and relationships has just never been my thing. When you got a fucking track record of, like, people hurting you and stuff in relationships, like, why would I want to go through that shit? I'm good on my own. Like,
right. And it's one of those things, like, you got to think about it. Like, the right thing's going to come along. If it's meant to be, it's going to be. Like,
Yeah.
if the right thing's going to happen, it's going to happen. And if it's not, then it's not in God's plan right now.
Yeah,
Why are
like
we
you
going to
say, you
question
could literally meet someone tomorrow that has better intentions for you and just change the game. Exactly.
that?
Just
Right.
download
Twinder. Download Tinder. Sponsor us.
Sponsor us.
Yeah, you guys say, let me make you a page. No.
I need to be sponsored by Tinder and Red Bull and
Huggies.
Adam and Eve.
Shut up.
I'm kidding.
Well, yeah, like there could be someone that pops in your life like tomorrow and changes the game, and
You ain't
maybe
got
it
no
would,
control of the
change
universe.
the way that I look at relationships and stuff. But I've never been that kind of person that just like, I just dream of the day like that I could walk down the aisle and be a mom. I don't
Why
care.
do I feel like you're mocking me? I'm just kidding.
I was like,
I'm
what?
kidding, I'm just kidding.
But no, like I've never been like that, or to like you say, to carry my own kids and stuff. No. If I had the means to adopt, I absolutely would. I'd be
Period.
like the single, like just well off lesbian aunt and mom.
Yeah.
That's what I want to be.
Period. She's gonna be the bougie aunt that shows up with the fucking ride along Hummer, and then she's like, "Okay, bye guys."
Here, they
And
said
she's
they
gonna have
wanted
the
it.
matching Hummer.
Yeah,
I have somewhere to be.
I had
Goes
it
back
souped
home.
up. I'll pick them up at 7 on Saturday. We're going to the mall again. Like that's the kind of aunt I want to be. Like
Period.
more so. Honestly, I've always just like wanted to be an aunt.
Yeah.
I haven't wanted to be a
It's
mom.
like extended kids that
I
you
wanna
could
be
send
an
home
aunt.
if you want. You want to be an aunt or an uncle?
Both.
Have you seen a thing where it's like, I can't wait for my sister's gender reveal today. I'm gonna find out if I'm gonna be an aunt
Yeah,
or an uncle.
I've seen that. Well, when we turned on these mics, we were just like, we don't really have a fucking like topic to talk about. We're just gonna turn them on and just see where the wind takes us.
Yeah, this episode's called Fuck It.
Exactly. We're just talking. But have you seen all this shit with like Diddy going on? You've had to live under a rock if you haven't.
Well,
Lex has lived under the rock.
like I'm
Patrick.
like peeking under
Spatrick.
the rock. Like I don't
Spatrick.
know all the details. I just know like about some bottles of lotion,
Baby
Lube.
oil.
baby oil. There you go.
So he got arrested.
The whole music industry is about to blow up.
It really is, because
Oh, yeah.
I've heard like, you think that it's just hip hop. Like, wait till you hear the country artists that are about to get
Wait,
exposed.
on that note, can I tell you something that happened at work today?
Go ahead.
So this customer came in, right? And I always chit chat with my customers. Key number one to being a server, you chit chat. That's where you're gonna get your tips from, right?
Mhm.
So I'm always, how's your morning going? You liking the weather? Like I'm always finding something to pass time while I'm taking your order, running your payment, whatever. And I'm talking to him, and I had made a comment because the restaurant I worked at today, I kind of move around between couple now, but the restaurant I worked at today, like it's humongously stupid. So it's like you take the order over here and then you gotta walk 3 blocks to the other side of the building to go give the order out. So I was over there handing out an order when the guy walked in. So I had to like run across the building. And so I made a joke like, dang, I wish I could teleport. And like he was like laughing and he was like, oh, you will be in a few years. So we kind of like fell down the rabbit hole of like the time traveler's wife. And then we were talking about In Time with Justin Timberlake, which I think we've talked about on here before.
Ooh, yeah.
But so we were talking about that, and then he told me he's like, I don't know if you've ever heard of me, and I don't remember what name he said, but he worked for a local radio station, and he was like, I'm on the morning show, and I was like, what? And so he was like, so I keep up with like X and Instagram and Facebook and Reels. He's like, I keep up with that because I have to stay up in the media. And he's like, I'll tell you one thing right now. He was like, all it takes is you knowing somebody and knowing too much information, and you got a bullet on your head. And he was like, all this stuff going on with Diddy, he was like, all it takes is for one person to slip up and say something and they're dead.
Yeah.
And so he was like this, it sounds weird because it was like totally different topics, but he was just saying like, the world has come so far that that's all it takes at this point. Like, it wouldn't be surprising, like, if, you know, our lifeline became something as simple as like a time switch on our body, you know?
Yeah.
But he was saying that there's currently like a reporter that they have him silenced, so he's not even allowed to ask questions now. So at the like at the press meetings, this reporter will go to ask like, "Hey, did this really happen?" And they'll be like, "Next question." Like they silenced this guy and nobody actually knows it. And so it's like one of those things where like it's happening in front of our eyes, but we're not even noticing it. Nobody's paying attention to it. Like the people that know the real story are being silenced and killed, literally.
Yeah.
And so he was saying like he was straight talking about the Diddy, and he was like, all I can tell you right now is like it's about to get ugly. And I was
I
like,
believe it.
and then he was like, all right, well, tune into the radio and hear me. See you later. And I was like,
who was it? Was
I
it
don't-
BJ from the BJ and Jamie show?
I don't know. I'll have to look into like a couple of the radio stations and find
Was
like
it
a picture.
Jubal?
I don't know. In the computer, I can't remember what name he gave me. But he had 4 kids. Only 3 of them lived with him. I remember what he looks like, so I'll look into like the local radios and see some pictures and see if I can find him. But I was like, as soon as he said that, I was like,
Was he
am
older?
I gonna end up on your radio show?
Yeah,
Are you
for
about
real.
to talk about me? Because I'm gonna talk about you tonight.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was probably like our parents' age, between my mom and your mom.
Oh my god, that's BJ from 105.9.
I don't know. I'll look into it. And give me a few
I
minutes.
have no
while you guys
idea.
talk.
She's like, let me do some Google search. But like he got arrested for like some fucking like they say if he gets found guilty, he could be doing like life in prison pretty much.
Good.
And yeah, like to see like now like all of these people coming out, like he got freaking arrested and they're like, yeah, he had like 1,000 bottles of baby oil and they call them freak offs, like these freak
Yeah.
off parties and stuff. And like they were like, I don't even want to say that dude's name because, but like, you know, the one that had like an island and like little black books, you know, that guy.
Yeah.
And they were saying like that Diddy's assistant was like the female version of the other dude's like girl that was helping him with like all of these things. Like she could be under like arrest soon for helping him like set up the hotels and like all of the fucking lube and like it's crazy to like. And then when you like look at all of these like clips that he's done in like interviews and stuff about talking about like, oh yeah, girls at parties they like to drink and they pee a lot and stuff. And like to hear him like talk about like different celebrities be like, oh, there's no party like a Diddy party. Like LeBron James was saying that and stuff. And they're like, apparently this is all alleged for educational purposes only. I ain't trying to get fucking sued. So it's all alleged. That supposedly like word on the street in Hollywood is like Mila Kunis moved out of her home with Ashton Kutcher because he was in a bunch of videos and pictures with Diddy at these freak off parties and stuff, and she's trying to distance herself before like Ashton gets in trouble with this and stuff. Like I'm not a Justin Bieber fan at all, but like to see his he did a
Reaction to it.
yeah, but he was doing an interview for like a Apple interview. I think the dude's like Australian. I like his interviews. I just can't think of the dude's name. But they were like talking about Billie Eilish during that interview and he like started crying and he's like, I just feel like so protective of her because I don't ever want her to experience the things that I had to and all this stuff. And like,
Was she signed under him or something?
I don't know. But I think that,
They're just good
I don't know.
friends.
They were just talking about like
Justin
Bieber and Billie Eilish.
Oh.
But he was like literally just broke down in tears and he's like, I just want to protect
No, it
her.
all makes sense because he's made comments
Yeah.
about things that have happened.
And like to see him as a freaking teenager, 13, 14 years old, and he's in the studio and Diddy's like, hey, didn't you see me calling you a couple times this weekend? Like, why didn't you answer my phone calls and stuff? And like he looks legit scared. He's like, oh, I'm sorry, like I saw, but I was busy, like I'm sorry. And he's like, well, when I call, like you answer and stuff. Like what would a fully grown ass man have to do with a 13, 14-year-old boy? And to be like, say like, oh, when I call, you better answer the phone. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
What about?
And then
have you heard of what panda eyes are?
Yeah.
Okay, I fell down like the rabbit hole on TikTok today. It was a guy that he's like a famous actor and he's acted since he was a little kid. And they said like he had those in an episode that he was filming and they think they were from real life. And he's talking about it as an adult now, and they were. Like
Yeah.
he had real panda eyes from being at a Diddy party, which means he was. Yeah.
It is. It's sickening. Like, what the fuck is wrong with people? Like,
Yeah.
like when I know there's a clip of like Meek Mill and Diddy, they're talking, and um,
But
just
he
to
was
hear
talking
like,
about how like it really did happen. Him, Orlando
Oh.
Brown.
oh, that dude, yes, exactly, him, Orlando Brown. Everyone thought he was just crazy and like, oh, he's fucking on drugs. I'm sure that's probably it, like, you know,
Right.
the drugs and stuff. But he was sitting there doing interviews and he's like, Diddy, remember you gave me that oosh gosh, that woo
Yeah.
wop doo wop,
Yeah.
that goosh gosh. Like, he was like talking about Diddy like several times in several interviews saying like, you know, like we got down and all this stuff. And people were just like, oh, he's just fucking crazy. He's
Yeah,
all hooked on
drugs.
drugs and like just talking shit and stuff.
I'm
And then
sure
it's
them
like,
drugs are just helping him expose
yeah,
the truth.
yeah.
If
Or, you
anything.
know, they fucking do drugs because of this crazy shit that happened to him at a party.
Yep.
And people were like, you know, oh, like if you go to a Diddy party, you better make sure that you're home before midnight. Like, because there's nothing good that happens after midnight at those parties and
Did you
stuff.
see the
And
video of him on the balcony and they said he's like talking like a dictator and he was
yeah,
like, we fed you, you've ate good, you've been good, now it's time for you to like really relax or something like that.
yeah.
And he's like, kids, it's almost time for you to go because what's about to happen is going to be a real white party. And I was like,
Yeah.
what is that supposed to mean? It's so.
But you see, like, all these people that surround themselves with him, like J-Lo and stuff, like,
Yeah.
The Kardashians, they said the
yeah, they said they're
Kardashians are
about to be
go
coming down soon.
And
Yeah,
it's like they're
gonna-
going down like jail time. They're not just like going down.
Yeah.
At least that's from like what I've read is it
And
seems
then,
like the industry's about to be.
Diddy's baby mother, who's passed on a couple years ago, there was a book that was just released from her best friend or whatever, but it's like just notes that she wrote in her journal and stuff. And she was pretty much like, if something ever happens to me, like, put this book out.
Oh shit.
Oh
And
my god.
and it's on Amazon. Like, someone was I kind of want to get it just to see
Yeah.
what it's all about. But she was like talking about like him like freaking beating her and abusing her and stuff, and like
Do you think he killed her?
I
Had
think
her
so.
killed?
Yeah.
Literally after what I just told you that radio guy told me, like,
Yeah.
Well, all right. So then, if we're going on that thing of him killing her, have you heard like the rumors that he's the one that put the hit out on Pac?
And Biggie.
was he even alive then?
Yeah. Him and Biggie were working
Diddy?
there. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
They're best friends. He had just started off running Bad Boy when Biggie came up. So they were like that. Like,
Oh. Dang, I didn't know.
yeah.
Bro, and there's so many celebrities that talk about it, but the one that sticks out the most is Eminem, because he even said it in one of his songs.
I'm a R-I-P-E-R. Da-da-da-da. But he's talking about Diddy in it.
Yeah, no. But I was talking about an older one, because the one that where he's dissing MGK, Kill Shot, and at the end of it, he says something about Diddy's the one that put the hit out that got Pac killed.
What?
And then at the end of it, like when the song ends, he goes, "I'm just playing, Diddy. You know I love you."
Oh, I have heard that
Yeah.
part.
Yeah. That's crazy, because that song came out like a couple years ago before all this shit came out. So like,
it's like
people are openly talking about it, and everybody just like
He
kinda
thought
just
he was
goes in one ear
invincible.
and
Yeah.
out the other. And
I think he had like a god complex. Like, you know, if he really did put, like I said, it's all alleged, but if he really did put out a hit on two of the biggest fucking hip hop artists that we've ever seen in the world, and he got away with it, that gives you a god complex. Like, I could do anything and I could get away with it. Because look, you know, even
And
now,
that's-
30 years later or whatever, and people still don't know who who killed him or whatever. They have ideas of who, but who really put the hit out? Someone had to have.
Mm-hmm.
But
It's crazy.
But with his baby mama, she was saying like, yeah, pretty much that he would beat her, and then as soon as he was done, like, I'm sorry, I'll never do it again, and like that they would like were in open relationship, and he was like sleeping with men and that were like really big in like the music industry and like actors and stuff, and like pretty much like I'm with you to kind of be your beard. And if people don't know what a beard is, it's like if a man was gay, he would just date a woman to like not
cover it up.
Yeah, so that he would never have to come out and say, "Yeah, I'm a gay man" or whatever, because they always see me with the girl and we have kids together, but really I like sleeping with men and stuff like.
Mm-hmm.
So he would use her as a beard and like, if you ever talk about me, like I'll fucking kill you and stuff. And they were just talking about like how quick like
I bet you any money he found out that she was writing that.
It could have been. And the bad thing is like she has kids and they've all came out and were like, our mom would never write anything like this and blah blah blah. Like how the fuck would you know? Like
she probably protected
she was doing her best to protect you guys, and here you are just like saying like, oh, like all of that's bullshit.
They might be
wasn't true
too, though.
And they're sitting there, just covering for him at his court appearances and stuff, like just taking up for him. Like, I'm sorry, but if my dad got fucking arrested for some shit like that, there's no way. Like, I love my dad, but there's no way that I would ever be able to be like,
stick up for him.
That love wouldn't be there no more.
I think it would be like that, like instantly, like nope. If you are innocent,
yeah, no, like, and it sucks, but it's like that's one of those things you just.
Well, even when they were talking about like he got with his attorneys and stuff when he first got arrested to talk about a bond and stuff, and they're like, for his bond, like he's willing, because I think it was like a $50 million bond, and he was like, my home is in Miami is worth 49 million. I'll put that on the line. I'll give up my passport. All I'm asking is to like be able to live in Miami and New York, like to go to those two places like freely. I'll put up my mom's house. That's worth $4 million. And my two oldest sons will write like, I don't know, some kind of letter or something like that. And there won't be any girls in my house. It's like, well, it's not the fucking girls that you got to worry about. It's all these boys that you're hanging around with, bro.
And the kids.
Yeah, and I'll do GPS monitoring and stuff, and like the judge was like, no, because of pretty much like the stuff that we've heard about you, like that could be a recipe for disaster. Like you could be tampering with witnesses and stuff if we let you out.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, they could be freaking putting hits out on people that he thinks that would talk.
Do it from the inside.
Yeah. So apparently now he's on like suicide watch, and he's like
see that.
talking about like, oh, I can't eat the food here and blah blah blah. Like, motherfucker, I don't care who you are. You could be the president of the United States. If you're in prison, you're gonna be treated like a fucking prisoner.
Yeah.
Eating the same bullshit that these guys.
Letting him put money on his books.
Yeah.
I hope they have his books locked.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a thing, but
it could be. I've seen it happen before.
Yeah.
In different cases, like
you're
not allowed to
get commissary because with the money he has, he'd have everything he wanted in there.
TVs.
Dude, my stepdad was like that. My stepdad always had TVs, and he was always comfortable. My mom's like, that's why he doesn't mind about going back.
Yeah, it's just like you fucking just.
Well, what?
Yeah.
Sure.
I guess.
That's one of my biggest fears, bro.
I was talking about that the other day. I was like, so much of me wants to get arrested just one time.
Absolutely not.
But I've been in handcuffs. I've been in the back of a car. I've just never been actually like taken anywhere.
Nope.
I could call them right now and say you hit me.
But it's just crazy, like to think like they're like Diddy's like just the tip of the iceberg. Like he's the iceberg that the Titanic hit. There's just those like. Yeah, they say like
now all the people on the boat have to sing. Motherfucker.
He goes down, everyone's going down. But yeah, they talk about like the Kardashians, because Kris Jenner's boyfriend, Corey, was at fucking Diddy's baby mama's house the day she died.
Ooh.
He was like one of the first people on scene when they found her body.
How'd she die?
They say she had like pneumonia or something.
So they poisoned her.
Could have. Like
Bro,
she
if
wasn't
they're not
sick with
connecting the
nothing,
dots,
and
they need to hire
supposedly
me on their fucking team. Because look, these dots are already connecting.
I can't stand you.
for real though. It's just weird shit.
Come on, detectives, do your fucking job. Do I got to do it for you from fucking Colorado?
I guess.
I really hope none of them actually hear you saying that.
Why?
We're gonna have fucking detectives knocking on our door.
What? So that they can have me solve this case? Come on in.
No, they're
Chase
gonna
is
sue
on the
you for
case.
defamation.
Fuck.
That's why I said it's alleged.
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 I'll have to get me for defecation for shitting all over him.
Shut up. But yeah,
Is that the right word?
for shitting?
Defecate.
Defecation?
Defecate?
Yeah.
So
Wow, that was straight off the dome. I didn't even know that was a real word.
Shut up. But yeah, they say that Diddy, the like country is about to be
Just
exposed.
please tell me Jelly Roll is not anywhere in that list.
definitely not.
And Tim McGraw.
That one I can't guarantee.
Dolly Parton. If I ever heard Dolly Parton was involved in anything, I'd be fucking crushed. She's like a national treasure, and if
Yo, weirdos, you should be crushed that
You know what's
anybody's
funny,
involved
too,
in
is, like,
this.
when Dolly Parton dies,
that's very true, but still,
when Dolly Parton dies, if you unbury her body 100 years later, she'll still look the same.
she'll
'Cause
still
it's
be a
all fake.
hottie.
Yeah, she'll just,
Dude, have
it's
you
all
ever seen her
plastic.
sister?
No, is she
Her
old?
sister is very pretty. She's old too.
I just wonder what Dolly would look like without all the fucking.
I want to see her tats, not
I
her
want-
tits, her tats. Because I say she's like totally
Rachel?
inked up. Huh?
There's
Damn, she has a lot of
Stella
sisters.
Parton, Rachel Dennison, Willadine Parton, Frida Estelle Parton, or Cassie Non Parton.
I think it's.
I think Rachel's pretty.
Yeah, Rachel's pretty.
I think it is Rachel.
Yeah, she's the
You
prettiest
just like
sister.
blondes.
I'm just saying she's the prettiest sister out of the other ones.
Well, no, I don't think she's blonde.
Oh,
The
that one
sister was a brunette, I think.
Okay, so it was either Willadine or Willadine.
Probably
Willadine's the
Willadine.
only dark-haired one. Her? Let me look for some
Just
new
look-
pictures. Hold on.
Just look, Dolly Parton 2024 or something. Because they just did an interview together.
The Dolly Parton hot sister.
I was watching last night, it was the People's Country Choice Awards or something. Fucking MGK won a country award
I seen that.
for country rap.
First of all, I hate that song, but I only like it
Oh, yeah,
because
that's
Jelly
her.
Roll's on it.
She's
Okay,
pretty.
so it was the one you were saying.
Oh.
But
Hey,
yeah,
Rachel?
she's blonde.
Rachel?
Yeah.
Hey, Rachel. I think I have a thing for Rachel's.
What the heck other Rachel do you like?
Miss.
I can't stand you.
You're dumb. Miss Rachel.
Anyway, that's off subject. What were we talking about?
I was talking about MGK winning a freaking country award.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, does this dude just like, he sucks at everything? I'm sure I'll get hate because there's people that love MGK. I am not one of them. But it's like, couldn't really do anything significant in hip hop. I don't remember him ever winning any awards. Maybe he might have. I just don't recall it. Then he went to fucking emo punk rock or whatever. And now, I guess because everyone's trying to do country, I'll try to do it too. And he won. I'm like,
Bro, but you know who started that?
Jelly Roll.
Post Malone.
No. Post. His new album barely came out. Jelly Roll's been on the up and coming forever.
We know you love Jelly Roll. So do I.
But
But
look who started the trend. Because after Jelly Roll made it big in country, look who started. Everybody started doing country shit.
that's true.
Tell me that's not a coincidence. Connect those
A
dots.
coinkadink.
Connect those dots.
It's a mystery, effer.
You want me to color it in too?
What? Oh, connect the dots. You're a jerk.
Stupid. What else crazy shit has been going on in the world? I really wish we talked about politics, but we don't. No, I'm not. But I'm just saying.
Yeah, like that's the one.
No.
That's the one
Mm-mm.
subject I refuse to speak about because
Shit, I'll just say this. Me and Dad would be getting in fights over that shit.
me and my mom too. I'm just very passionate.
I just don't talk.
Me
about
too.
it. I don't know nothing.
Dad will
about
try
it.
to tell me stuff, and I'm just like, I just pretend like I don't hear
The
him.
person I liked dropped out. I'll just say that.
Fair. All right, change of discussion.
What was it? Oh, I didn't do my research on it, but apparently we're getting a second moon.
I heard
Did you
about
hear
that.
I
Mhm.
did. We read it. I read it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the
now
bedtime
there's this other
story.
thing that I seen on TikTok today, actually.
Oh God, did you fact check it? Because
I
last
didn't.
time
No,
he
I
had
didn't.
himself so freaked out.
No,
He's reading this
I was
article.
not freaked
Yes,
out.
he was.
You were freaked out, and you were like,
No, he was. He's like, oh my God, babe, look at this. And I was reading it, and I was like, what the
I
fuck?
wasn't freaked
I went and
out. I was
fact checked it. It was
excited.
the biggest fake thing ever.
I was. Anyway,
What was it?
they're saying that the object that is heading towards Earth right now, that's supposed to be our second moon, quote unquote. What is it? The James Webb telescope or whatever the fuck it is.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, don't quote me on this because I didn't fact check it. This is just
Allegedly.
allegations and everything like that. But apparently, the people that look through the telescopes are looking past this object that is heading towards us, and they found a planet.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever this thing is came from this planet, and they think there's life on it.
It's Planet of the Apes. Hello.
Dude, imagine though.
That'd be crazy.
Imagine, bro. They're saying, all right. So here's my theory: the aliens, because the telescope, they can't see what the object is. They could just, there's math and shit and fucking telekinetics that go into it. That's not the right word, but we're gonna go with it. But my theory is that if this thing is true and there's a planet that has life on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this object that's heading towards us, bro, that's just a scout. They're sending a scout. They're sending a scout team to come look at us, to see what we're about,
check out the competition, pretty much.
and then they're gonna send the mothership.
You think so?
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
but also
a party.
Like two or three episodes ago, I think we were talking about aliens.
Mm-hmm. That Miami shit.
Yeah, the Miami shit. Nothing came out of that.
No, it was just kind of like talk for a week and that was it.
I hate that. It's all over the headlines and then all of a sudden it's just irrelevant and you're like, well, I didn't get that.
Yeah, what happened to it?
I'm like, okay, are we gonna die? Or like, are you sending the aliens? What's going on?
What's happening?
But yeah, that's the one thing I wanted to talk about. Sorry it wasn't interesting, guys. Fuck me, right?
Shut up.
Oh my god.
Like I say, I don't feel like we're the only living beings out there in the universe. It's too fucking big. Just like the ocean.
Oh, the ocean?
There's a mermaid down in the depths of the ocean with a fucking just a whole clan of them. I believe it.
I believe, yeah, that there's way more than just a stupid ass little humans on this world.
Yeah.
Bring back the dinosaurs.
They are.
I heard they're bringing back like the woolly mammoth or something.
They're trying.
They are,
We
yeah,
watched the whole documentary.
on it. So I fact checked that.
And they really are doing it.
Yeah, because
They're
there's a
trying to,
documentary
yeah.
on it.
They found one that was fully mummified, so they were able to thaw it out, and it had real blood in it still from being mummified.
Bro,
So
they were
like
able
with
these
to
little tubes, like trying.
yeah,
to
they were
pull,
down in the bone
like,
pulling out the blood from the bone, and with that blood, they'll be able to duplicate its genetics.
But the company that's doing the duplication thing, they've only worked on dogs before.
Yeah.
Right?
I think they've worked on a couple animals, but the like largest animal they'd gotten to was a dog.
Yeah.
But what they're doing, they're like cloning, is what they're doing.
Yeah, so they're like getting the DNA from whatever,
and they're putting it into an Asian elephant. Egg. No, yeah, it was into
like
an Asian elephant egg, and then implanting and impregnating
like the Asian
elephant.
elephant's the closest in the DNA structure of a woolly mammoth.
Wow.
It's not obviously not exact, but it's
and
the
then the elephants. Well, they're pregnant for like 2 years, so then they'd have to wait for the full cycle to even see if it worked, and then
that'd be fucking insane.
And I'm sure they're doing like delayed release, so it's probably like they probably had it happening, you know what I mean? But
yeah,
delayed because it ended. It didn't say anything. It just ended after they said like they found real blood, and that's
bro. But it's crazy because
life changing.
It was like in caps. What the fuck? What kind of word am I looking for?
Encapsulated.
Enclosed. Yeah, we'll just say that. It was the E word in ice.
Oh.
So it froze and mummified over time.
Just kept it.
It was
like kept it fresh.
Yeah,
thousands and thousands of years old. Like
they're like, oh, we
could
cut off meat and make mammoth steaks. Like,
yeah, like there was still meat on it.
Ew.
Like the fur, everything. You can see everything.
It was the most beautiful thing. Like to have been in that room, I'm sure was fucking amazing.
I'd have been crying.
Literally touching a piece of history.
Like, yeah,
I'm sure it stunk and I'm sure it was disgusting, but at the same time, like, yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, that had to have been. That's a literally once in a lifetime.
Yeah,
and that's what one of the like YouTube channel we were watching is. It was like some college students, and that's what she was saying. She was like, if you would have told me this as a little kid, I never would have believed you that one day I'd get to touch a woolly mammoth. Like, that's amazing.
How sick.
Mom makes me feel like I did nothing with my life.
I want to touch a woolly mammoth.
So to bring back creatures big like that, it's supposed to help with the... There's like a whole lot of scientific shit that goes into it, but like when they introduce bigger creatures into the wild, it helps with the
ecosystem.
Oh, what's that layer called?
The ozone?
Yeah, it's supposed to help with that.
We'll bring it back.
I don't know how, but yeah, they're trying to like fix the world by.
There's this one bird. I don't even know what the fuck it is, but it looks like that fucking bird should have been alive when the dinosaurs were around.
I know when you're talking about with the beak is all.
Yeah, it's like blue and red, and like the bird is black.
Oh, I know what one you're talking about.
It kind of looks like the bird in Up.
Starts with the C. I know that.
But it literally looks like it should be.
Bird starts with the C.
That should have been alive, like when the freaking dinosaurs were around. It just looks fucking mean. Have you seen the freaking little penguin? But he's not so little.
What?
He's a baby penguin, but he's bigger than his fucking parents.
Yeah, he's the emperor. The emperor penguin.
Yeah. Right? His name is like Pesto or something. Pascal. Yeah. Starts with a P.
Pesto. Yeah, it's Pesto.
But he's literally bigger than his mom and dad.
Oh.
I'm like, it's Ezzy in penguin form. Yeah. He's just a big baby. Like,
Aww.
just...
He's just a baby.
He's just a baby. I don't know. I don't like Harry Potter. I only know her from Sister Act. Oh. But Professor... What was her name?
Dumbledore.
No.
I was never a Harry Potter
kid. Mrs. Minerva McGonagall, aka aka Maggie Smith. She died today.
No way.
Yeah. And it's crazy because I've never watched I've tried to watch Harry Potter. I just could never get into it. But the one that played Dumbledore, they literally died a year apart. He died the same exact day last year, and she died today.
Oh shit.
Oh,
So it's like all of the, I
It's the
think
Harry
they said
they're
Potter
all
all
curse.
the
together.
headmasters of Hogwarts are now in heaven.
Oh,
Yeah, I only know her from Sister Act. And a couple weeks ago, a legend passed away.
Ew. You know who we're talking about? Let me just do it. Simba, you have forgotten me.
oh, Mufasa.
Yep.
James Earl Jones.
R.I.P. to the Lion King. You feel me?
Mm-hmm. Oh, it is. It's sad. They had freaking Jelly Roll at the Emmys. He was performing at the Emmys during the memorial segment.
Is it good? Was it good?
It was, I like Jelly Roll, but I'm like, why would they choose that song?
Oh, is it that I am not okay?
Yes,
For
Oh,
what?
no.
for the in memoriam freaking part of the
Barely getting
Emmys.
Oh, damn, that's messed up.
Like people at first were like, why him? But I'm like more like, why that song?
Yeah. Not very thought through, guys. Not very
Yeah,
thought
it
through.
really wasn't. Like if I was Jelly Roll, I would have been like, I would be honored to sing, but I'm not singing that song.
Yeah, like,
I will
I'll
sing
even
something
cover a
else.
song.
Yeah,
Right.
I'll cover a song,
Right.
but I won't sing that song. Like it's not the right song for
It's not-
in memoriam.
In the arms of the angels.
Yeah, something, but not freaking I am not okay. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for this episode. We just wanted to turn on the mics and just
Get
Get something
comfortable
out.
again.
Yeah.
Have a little fun. Kind of.
and it's hard to constantly think of stuff, and you're constantly asking people like, "Hey, what would you want to hear from us?" And you don't get feedback. That pisses me off. We need it. Like it's needed to like just leave comments on what we could improve on and stuff we should talk about. And I mean, like, yeah, at the end of the day, it is our podcast, but we want you guys to be involved
Yeah,
in.
we want to know what the people want to hear.
Yeah. If you guys want to just focus more on like just talk about movies or music or something, let us know.
Or if you like our ADD conversations.
Yeah, or if you like just where we just freaking just talk about random shit and
Yeah,
don't
we
make
should do
sense
a-
sometimes.
Q&A.
No, we should do a stoner talk episode.
Yeah, you
'Cause
really
that's
wanted
when
to
the
do that.
best topics pop up is when you're like super high and you just start thinking about shit.
Very true.
Maybe give me a edible and a buzz ball, and
Let's do
Uh-oh.
it. I'm down. Next episode.
Okay.
I'm down with that.
Let's do that one on a Saturday when I don't work the next day.
That could work. But that'll be it for this episode. You could follow us on Instagram at Graham's Porch. Send us an email with the feedback we're looking for at grahamsporchpod@gmail.com. You could follow us on, I don't know, we're on a lot of platforms. But you could find our link tree at linktr.ee/Graham's Porch Podcast. No,
Oh, you don't have to put .com.
no, it's just Graham's Porch Podcast.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah.
Easy.
Thanks for having me again.
Thank you for
Thank
being
you for
on.
having me.
Oh, my Lanta. Thanks for inviting me on the podcast, y'all. Mrs. Martinez, out.
Yes, that'll be it for us. Stay safe out there. Yeah. Just know our DMs are always open if you need someone to talk to, because the world ain't right now.
It won't ever be.
Yeah, I don't know, but you're not alone. We just want you guys to know that. But yeah, we'll just catch you on the next episode. We hope you liked this one. If not, it's okay. We're shaking off the rust. It's been a minute.
Period.
But yeah, we'll catch you on the next episode. And like we always say, sleep with the angels.